Hi. Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything. And slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now hello again everyone and welcome to Packing Solutions. We're so glad you're here. Packing Solutions is a busy and exciting place to work. We ship packages big and small all over the world. Our team works hard to make sure those packages get where they need to go. It's a big job, but we love it. We're like a family here at Packing Solutions. Everyone knows everyone, and we all work together to get the job done. Are you ready to meet one of our star employees? This is Sarah. She's a shipping coordinator at Packing Solutions. Sarah is an expert at her job. She makes sure packages are labeled correctly, loaded onto the right trucks, and delivered on time. Sarah loves her job because it's always interesting. She gets to work with people from all over the company, and she loves the feeling of satisfaction when a shipment goes out smoothly. She knows how important it is to get things right. Today is a typical day for Sarah. She arrives at work early to get a head start on the day. She checks her emails and reviews the shipping schedule. There are a lot of packages to go out today. Sarah makes sure everything is in order before the trucks arrive. She checks the labels, weighs the packages, and organizes everything for a smooth pickup. Everything seems to be running smoothly. Sarah smiles, feeling confident about the day ahead. Little does she know, things are about to get a whole lot more complicated. Stay tuned to see what challenges await Sarah in the delivery disaster. Will she be able to solve the problems and save the day? The morning started like any other at Packing Solutions. The warehouse was buzzing with activity. Forklifts hummed back and forth. Workers loaded boxes onto conveyor belts. Sarah, clipboard in hand, was in her element. She loved the organized chaos of her job. She checked off items on her list, making sure everything was going according to plan. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the warehouse. Sarah looked up, startled. A worker was staring at a pile of boxes that had tumbled off a pallet.
What happened?
Sarah asked, rushing over to the fallen boxes. The worker, a young man named Ben, looked flustered.
I don't know, Sarah. The label said these were supposed to go to Chicago, but...
He pointed at a box that had sprung open in the fall. Inside, instead of the electronics components they were expecting, were fluffy pink sweaters. Sarah frowned. This was very strange.
This is Chicago's order,
she asked, double-checking her clipboard. Ben nodded, just as confused. Sarah and Ben began opening other boxes from the fallen pallet. Each box contained items that were definitely not meant for Chicago. There were gardening tools, pet toys, and even a set of golf clubs.
This is a disaster. These packages are all mislabeled.
Ben scratched his head.
But how? We double-checked everything yesterday.
Sarah knew they had a serious problem on their hands. They had to figure out what went wrong and fix it fast.
Sarah's heart raced. The Chicago truck was due to arrive any minute. If they didn't figure out where the correct packages were, the entire shipment would be delayed. She imagined angry customers, missed deadlines, and the company's reputation at stake. Ben, we need to find the real Chicago shipment, she said urgently. Can you check the loading dock? Maybe they're still on a pallet somewhere.
Ben nodded and hurried off, leaving Sarah to deal with the mountain of mislabeled boxes.
Sarah began sorting through the jumbled mess, trying to make sense of the chaos. As she dug deeper, she noticed a pattern. Many of the boxes had similar labels, all with the same handwriting. It was then that she remembered the new intern, Sarah, who had helped with labeling the day before. Could Sarah have accidentally mislabeled the packages? Sarah decided to find the intern and ask her about the labels. Maybe, just maybe, this was the break they needed to solve the mystery of the mislabeled packages. Sarah quickly made her way through the warehouse, her eyes scanning the busy workers. She spotted Emma near the packing station, carefully applying labels to a stack of boxes. Emma was a bright and eager intern, always willing to help. Emma, do you have a moment? Sarah asked, trying to keep the urgency out of her voice.
Emma looked up, a little startled. Of course, Sarah, what's up?
Do you remember labeling this yesterday?
Oh no, I mixed up the address labels. I was so focused on getting the city names right that I must have switched some of the street names and zip codes.
It's okay, Emma. We all make mistakes, especially when we're new.
But the Chicago truck will be here soon. What are we going to do?
Don't worry, Sarah. We'll find the Chicago shipment and fix this.
No luck, Sarah. The Chicago packages aren't there.
Okay, everyone, listen up. We have a situation here. Some of the packages have been mislabeled, including the Chicago shipment. We need all hands on deck to find those boxes before the truck arrives.
The warehouse workers, known for their teamwork and dedication, immediately sprang into action. They fanned out across the warehouse, searching every nook and cranny for the missing Chicago packages. Note, the name Emma does not appear in this chapter, so no changes were necessary.
Minutes later, a triumphant shout echoed through the warehouse. Found them!
It was Marco, one of the most experienced warehouse workers. He was standing next to a stack of boxes tucked away in a corner, partially hidden behind a larger pallet.
Sarah rushed over to the boxes, her heart pounding with relief. Sure enough, the labels on these boxes were correct, clearly marked for Chicago. The Chicago shipment had been found. Sarah let out a sigh of relief, a wave of gratitude washing over her. They had found the Chicago shipment just in the nick of time. The crisis had been averted, and she felt a surge of pride in her team for their quick action. "Great work, everyone!" she exclaimed, a wide smile spreading across her face. "You saved the day! Now let's get these boxes loaded onto the Chicago truck. It should be here any minute."
The team, energized by their recent victory, wasted no time in loading the Chicago packages onto the waiting truck. As they worked, Sarah double-checked the inventory list, making sure everything was accounted for. She scanned the list, her brow furrowing as she reached the bottom of the page.
"Wait a minute," she muttered to herself. "Something's not right."
Ben, who was carrying a box towards the truck, paused. "What's wrong, Sarah?"
Sarah tapped the paper with her pen, her eyes glued to the numbers. "The Chicago shipment is complete," she said, her voice laced with confusion. "But there are still 5 boxes missing from the overall inventory. 5 boxes that were supposed to be on that truck."
Ben set the box down gently, concern etched on his face. 5 boxes? Are you sure? Maybe they were mislabeled and ended up on a different pallet, like the Chicago ones?
Sarah shook her head. "I've already checked all the other pallets, Ben. These boxes are nowhere to be found."
The warehouse, which had been filled with the triumphant clamor of a successful rescue mission, fell silent as a new wave of worry swept over the team. The missing boxes cast a shadow over their previous victory. They fanned out once more, their eyes scanning every shelf, every corner, every inch of the warehouse. They searched for what felt like hours, but the missing boxes seemed to have vanished into thin air. The warehouse was vast, filled with rows upon rows of towering shelves, each packed with countless items. The team meticulously combed through every aisle, their eyes scanning for any sign of the missing shipment. The air was thick with dust and the dim lighting made the task even more challenging. Every now and then, someone would call out, thinking they had found something, only to be met with disappointment. Just as their hope began to dwindle, Sarah emerged from behind a stack of towering crates, her eyes wide with surprise. She had been searching in one of the far corners of the warehouse, an area that was often overlooked due to its cluttered state. The crates were old and covered in a thick layer of dust, suggesting they hadn't been moved in years. Sarah's heart raced as she realized she might have stumbled upon something important.
"Sarah, you need to see this," she called out, her voice echoing through the vast space. The urgency in her tone was unmistakable, and it immediately caught the attention of her colleagues. The warehouse, usually filled with the hum of machinery and the chatter of workers, fell silent as everyone turned to see what Sarah had discovered.
Sarah and Ben rushed over to where Sarah stood, their curiosity piqued. They had been searching tirelessly, and the possibility of a breakthrough filled them with a renewed sense of energy. As they approached, they could see the look of astonishment on Sarah's face, which only heightened their anticipation. The team gathered around, their eyes fixed on the spot where Sarah was pointing. There, on the floor behind the crates, lay a scattering of packing peanuts and a single, lone shipping label. The label was partially covered in dust, but the bold letters were still visible. It was a small clue, but in their current situation it felt like a significant discovery. The packing peanuts suggested that the missing boxes had been here at some point, but where had they gone?
Sarah bent down and picked up the label, her heart sinking as she read the destination printed in bold letters. San Francisco. The realization hit her like a ton of bricks. The missing shipment was supposed to be headed to New York, not San Francisco. This discrepancy could mean a number of things, none of them good. Sarah's mind raced with possibilities. Had there been a mix-up, or was something more sinister at play? She looked up at her colleagues, her face a mask of concern. "We need to figure out how this happened," she said, her voice steady but filled with determination. The team knew they had a long road ahead, but this small clue was the first step in unraveling the mystery. Sarah's brow furrowed as she studied the lone shipping label in her hand. "San Francisco?" she muttered, her mind racing. The San Francisco truck had left hours ago, long before the chaos of the mislabeled packages had even begun. How could 5 boxes meant for San Francisco have gone unnoticed for so long?
What does it mean, Sarah? Ben asked, his voice laced with concern.
Emma, standing beside him, looked equally bewildered.
Sarah took a deep breath, piecing together the clues in her head. "This label," she said, holding it up for them to see, "belongs to one of the 5 missing boxes."
But the San Francisco truck is long gone, Ben exclaimed, his eyes widening in alarm. Those boxes should have been on that truck hours ago.
Sarah nodded grimly, her heart sinking. They were facing yet another delivery disaster, and this time the clock was working against them even more ruthlessly. "We need to find those boxes and get them to San Francisco as soon as possible," she said, her voice firm despite the panic rising within her.
"But how?" Sarah asked, her brow furrowed with worry. "The truck is probably halfway there by now."
Sarah's mind raced. They couldn't afford to waste time dwelling on the problem. They needed a solution, and fast. "Tony!" she called out, her voice echoing through the now almost empty warehouse.
Tony, the cheerful, middle-aged driver responsible for the San Francisco route, was just about to climb into his truck for his next delivery run. Hearing his name, Tony turned around, a smile on his face. "Hey, Sarah," he greeted, his voice booming across the warehouse. "What's up?"
Sarah walked towards him, her expression serious. "Tony," she began, her voice low and urgent, "we have a bit of a situation here." "Tony, the boxes are missing! The ones with the San Francisco label! I just have this sinking feeling that we're on the brink of another disaster."
"Sarah, calm down. Let's figure this out."
"I don't know what to do. We need to find them before it's too late."
You see, Sarah, I might have maybe forgotten to load some boxes this morning. It was super busy and I was running behind schedule.
"Tony, you lifesaver! Where are the boxes? We need to get them loaded onto your truck immediately."
Follow me, Sarah. They're in a quiet corner of the warehouse.
Tony, relieved that Sarah wasn't upset with him, quickly led her and the others to a quiet corner of the warehouse. There, stacked neatly against the wall, were 5 boxes, each bearing a shipping label with the telltale San Francisco printed in bold letters. With the San Francisco boxes safely loaded onto Tony's truck, a wave of relief washed over the entire warehouse. The day had been a roller coaster of emotions, from the initial panic of the mislabeled packages to the despair of the missing boxes, and the final triumph of finding them just in time.
"Well, team, we certainly had a day, didn't we?"
Everyone nodded in agreement, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration on their faces.
"We made some mistakes, but we learned from them."
The warehouse team gathered together, smiling and relieved, with the now organized boxes in the background.
Sarah looked around at the faces of her team, her heart swelling with pride. It had been a challenging day, filled with unexpected hurdles and last-minute changes, but they had all pulled through magnificently. Each member had played a crucial role in ensuring the success of their project, and Sarah couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude and admiration for their hard work and dedication. Sarah, the intern who had accidentally mislabeled the packages, had learned a valuable lesson about the importance of accuracy and attention to detail. She had been so eager to prove herself that she had rushed through her tasks, only to realize the impact of her mistake. But instead of being discouraged, Sarah took it as an opportunity to grow. She meticulously went through each package, correcting the labels and ensuring everything was in order. Her determination and willingness to learn were truly commendable. Ben had proven himself to be a quick thinker and a reliable teammate. When the system went down unexpectedly, causing a delay in their operations, Ben didn't panic. Instead, he quickly assessed the situation, identified the problem, and came up with a solution. His ability to stay calm under pressure and think on his feet was invaluable to the team. Ben's resourcefulness and problem-solving skills had saved the day. Marco, with his years of experience, had once again come to the rescue with his sharp eyes and knowledge of the warehouse. He noticed a discrepancy in the inventory that could have led to a significant issue if left unchecked. Marco's attention to detail and deep understanding of the warehouse operations were crucial in preventing potential problems. His guidance and expertise were a constant source of support for the team, and Tony, despite his forgetfulness, had shown his dedication by being willing to turn around and load the forgotten boxes. It was a small oversight, but Tony didn't hesitate to rectify it. He understood the importance of every package and the trust their clients placed in them. Tony's commitment to doing the job right, even if it meant going the extra mile, was a testament to his dedication and work ethic. You all did an amazing job today. The challenges we faced could have easily derailed our progress, but each of you stepped up and gave your best. Your hard work, perseverance and teamwork have not gone unnoticed. It's moments like these that remind me why I love being a part of this team. Together we can overcome any obstacle and achieve great things. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Your dedication, resilience and positive attitude have made all the difference. Let's continue to support each other and strive for excellence in everything we do. Thank you for your hard work and for making today a success. Here's to many more victories together. As the warehouse slowly emptied out, the sounds of the day's chaos fading into a quiet hum, Sarah leaned against a stack of boxes, taking a moment to catch her breath. The day had been a whirlwind of activity, a crash course in problem-solving and teamwork. She thought about the challenges they had faced, the mislabeled packages, the missing boxes, the race against time, and how, despite the odds, they had managed to overcome each obstacle. Every day is a learning experience, and today we learned that even in the midst of chaos, there's always a solution if we work together and never give up. And so, as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the now quiet warehouse, Sarah turned off the lights, locked the doors, and headed home, her heart full of gratitude for her team, her job, and the satisfaction of a day well spent. Thank you for joining us on this adventure at Packing Solutions. We hope you enjoyed learning English with Sarah and her team. Remember, every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. And with a little teamwork, we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. See you next time for another exciting episode of Learn English Through Stories.
Section 5. Vocabulary Wrap-Up. In this section, we will go over some of the essential vocabulary words and phrases that were highlighted in today's story. These terms are crucial for understanding the context and for improving your English language skills. Now, let's review some of the key vocabulary words and phrases we used in today's story. These words are not only important for the context of the story, but also for everyday business communication. Understanding these terms will help you navigate through various professional settings more effectively. Shipping department. The part of a company that handles sending and receiving packages. This department is crucial for the logistics of any business that deals with physical goods. They ensure that products are sent out to customers and received from suppliers in a timely and efficient manner. Mislabeled. When a label is put on the wrong item or has incorrect information. Mislabeled items can cause significant issues in inventory management and customer satisfaction. It's important to double-check labels to ensure accuracy and avoid costly mistakes. Inventory. A list of all the items a company has in stock. Managing inventory is a critical task for businesses to ensure they have the right amount of products available to meet customer demand without overstocking, which can tie up capital and storage space. Loading dock, the area where trucks are loaded and unloaded. This is a busy and essential part of the shipping process, where goods are transferred between the warehouse and transportation vehicles. Proper management of the loading dock ensures smooth operations and timely deliveries. Deadline, a specific time by which something must be done. Deadlines are crucial in the business world as they help ensure that tasks and projects are completed on time. Meeting deadlines is often a key performance indicator for employees and teams. Teamwork. Working together with others to achieve a common goal. Teamwork is essential in any organization as it brings together diverse skills and perspectives, leading to more innovative solutions and successful outcomes. Effective teamwork requires good communication, collaboration, and mutual respect among team members. We hope you found this story engaging and helpful for learning English. By understanding and using these vocabulary words, you can improve your communication skills and perform better in professional settings. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing your listening and vocabulary skills, and you'll be speaking English fluently in no time. Consistent practice is key to mastering any language. Use language apps, read books, and engage in conversations with colleagues to enhance your learning experience. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the more confident and proficient you will become. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video for another story.